It's probably been a few days. What have I done? Well, the quarantine job just started yesterday. It's been quite a hassle getting everything organized. So 2 days of no progress at all in anything whatsoever has even stopped my progress of posting in LinkedIn, even though I shouldn't have, because that only takes like 30 seconds. But hey, when you're fully immersed in one thing, you completely forget everything else, no matter how little time it takes. Other than that, I'm not sure what else to say. Yeah, I don't know. I think this video is going to be pretty short, unless there's something that I haven't talked about yet, which could be, how about I just check my notes then? There should be something worthwhile somewhere around here. I can find my notes. I think I found something. Creating perceived value. What is this? I can't even remember. Bleh. I can't even remember what it is that I wrote here. Or, I mean, what it's part of. I guess I can talk a little bit about Traffic Secrets, that book by Russel Brunson. He's the founder, I believe, of Clickfunnels. Anyways, he wrote several books, and one in particular, Traffic Secrets, where he talks about, well, marketing principles, pretty much. The history and evolution, I guess you could say. And how that can be used in Clickfunnels format and just about anything digital. It's a lesson in marketing, or class in marketing. So I just read here the first part that I wrote down. Businesses are created from a problem the entrepreneur had, and the product service was the result of them figuring out the solution to that problem. Our mess becomes our message. It's a pretty solid statement right there. I suppose what he's referring to is that whenever someone creates a business, they won't bother to make that business unless it's about something that actually it matters or has mattered to them before. I won't say whether it's easy or hard. I'll just say that without the passion, the business isn't basically where it'd ever be started. Yeah, I mean that phrase, our mess becomes our message. I suppose you could say it's kind of like shouting out a problem that you had and the solution that you found. Kind of like those the titles of the YouTube videos that you see for wherever it is that you're trying to, let's say DIY videos for have trouble doing this, use this easy to fix method. That sort of catchy title with a call to action to watch the video. I guess that's sort of what he's talking about here, in the business format, which again is business in of itself is the solution to a problem that the founder of the business had themselves or has had to deal with. This next part, when you're frustrated about a problem you're having, you look for a solution, whether you solve it or find someone to solve it. I can't even read my own writing. SES. Whether you solve it or find someone to solve it as a company that a problem solve. Okay. Let me just read this part again. When you're frustrated about a problem, Take 3. When you're frustrated about a problem you're having, you look for a solution. Whether you solve it or find someone to solve it as a company, that problem solver is who we need to be for them. Okay, that was a very long way of saying that a company is a problem solver. The focus should be to that's a quotation mark. I was reading as a double C. Okay. The focus should be to enter the conversation already taking place in the customer's mind. Okay, so that's a pretty big one, especially in any form of copywriting, whether it be YouTube titles or basically any sort of title or beginning of a paragraph follows this thing here, enter the conversation already taking place in the customer's mind. Basically, you don't want to sell people a new idea. You want to sell the solution to the problem that they're already having. So you don't need to make people understand that their house is on fire. Their house is on fire, and you just come and bring the fire truck or whatever. The idea is to first reel in the kind of people that you want. Again, the people whose houses are burning down. To be able to catch their attention first, and then to convert that attention into the solution to their problem. In this case, the fire truck. Again, what I said about the YouTube videos, like I'll probably use a very obscure answer. If you're a woodworker, you probably know something about French cleats, which is basically like a mounting system on a wall. Imagine that there's a bunch of planks of wood, each separated by a certain amount of space. And at the top of each wood, it's cut at a 45-degree angle, the wall here. So I can't really show it to you. Okay, wall here, this is the block of wood. So this cut right here would be at like 45 degrees. So that another piece of wood can go on top of that to match that angle right there. So it would basically sit on top. And yeah, that's how the mounting system works. That separate piece of wood that mounts on top is a piece of wood that's attached to whatever it is that you want to mount. Yeah, so that's what those are. But those are French cleats, and kind of like an obscure problem is the fact that when you're cutting the wood, if you cut a plank of wood in half at a 45-degree angle, in theory, yeah, you can use those two pieces and just stack them on top of each other for the French cleat mounting system, but over time it probably won't fit anymore, simply because the dust that collects from the ambience, it'll start to fill up the corners of the angle of the French cleat here and the wall itself. The dust here will start to pile up and will push up anything that is mounted onto it. So it won't be a firm mounting. So the solution to this pretty common French cleat problem is to blunt out the sharp edges. That way it leaves room for the dust and whatever else that gets in there. So yes, that's a solution for woodworkers that have to deal with French cleats. So a title for that video would probably be something like, I don't know, are your things, do your things keep falling off your French cleats? Use this secret hack to keep your French cleats on forever. I don't know, something like that. But again, there's the basic idea where you have you present the problem first, so that people who actually have that problem is like, oh look, that's my problem, and they use this secret, use this and easy whatnot, and people are like, oh, okay, maybe this is something that will be useful for me. And they click on to the YouTube video. So this was a very obscure example, but I think you get the idea. Next phase. When people purchase any product from anyone, they're hoping to get a result in one of these 3 areas of their lives. So here's a chart here. The 3 core markets and desires. That would be wealth, health, and relationships. I do not disagree. All humans either move away from pain or towards pleasure. So he's giving examples here. Moving away from pain in the health category would be phrases like, I'm overweight and don't feel comfortable in my clothes. And wealth would be, I hate my job and want to fire my boss. And relationships, I feel alone and want to feel what love feels like. Okay, yeah. Pleasure. And the pleasure side of health would be, I don't have no phrases here, but it would be something like, actually, I'm not going to say that, because that doesn't make sense. I don't know what I was thinking when I was taking notes. You get that sometimes. You take notes and look back at them and say, what is this guy smoking? And I don't even smoke. It's amazing. Location serves time. I had a brain fart. I will not explain more to you because I am tired. But yeah, 2 phrases for you to remember today. Our mess becomes our message, and enter the conversation already taking place in the customer's mind. With those 2 things, you should be pretty well set to, again, start a functional business. It doesn't have to be something very large. Again, it's just problem solving in of its essence. if you become the person that people can come to solve their problems, and if you're good at it, that means that you're actually solving their problems. You solve their problems, it means you're good at it. They pay you more to keep solving their problems if they don't want to bother solving it on their own. I'm not talking about like one-time interactions. I'm talking about like coaching, for example. When you're coaching someone, it's true that they may be able to figure things out for themselves, and they could go to someone who is already at the place where they want to be. So they might look for a mentor figure, but at the same time, it is much cheaper to get a coach, and I guess really it doesn't matter all that much whether that coach has experience or not. They only need to be able to see things more objectively than what the person could see for themselves. I kind of feel I already talked about this in a previous video. But yeah, again, if you can be more objective than the people who have the problems, then inevitably you become a problem solver. As soon as they ask for your opinion, whatever you say is most likely able to help them. And once it does, you have a proven track record that way. So our mess becomes our message. Yeah, you can deal with any sort of problem with a solution mindset, but at the end of the day, any sort of business that you want to create, you're better off basing it on some problem that you have had to deal with before. There's simply more passion than that, and passion is durable. Okay, that concludes the lesson for today, ladies and gentlemen. I bid you a good night. So, bye-bye, toodaloo, until most likely tomorrow.